a second week in a row, and a second fireball. The chair. Somebody check and see if New Jack's alive. To dash up on top. Oh, he's powerbombed by Watt. Did you see a biz? No. Oh, side slams him. 1, 2. No way is he getting up a man.
Something that I like to get off my chest.
That's Tracy and Nurse Veronica.
We are no longer to wrestle men anymore.
Was the ruling 2 weeks ago.
That's right. What?
What's Lollipop doing?
Lollipop?
That's April Pennington. And they're going to accept the challenge.
What in the world's going on?
Let them fight is what they're screaming. But Black Shirt Security has come out to separate them.
Oh, no.
Yeah, but he's all fighting him.
He's just incredible. Kick off.
And he doesn't care about wins or losses. This is about exacting some revenge.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, the tombstone pile driver. Head first into the steel chain. Good God. There ain't gonna be no rematch, Jeff.
Let me just tell you one thing. The name of this show is Total Nonstop Action.
Amen. Here we go. Let's see some of that action.
Just tore right out of
He
him.
clotheslined him right out of the chair.
Wait a minute.
Now, who is this? Right out of the crowd. That's Joe Legend with wins over Edge, over Christian, over Rhino, and leading his mark here in his TNA debut. Wait a minute, who's this?
Oh, that's the champion, AJ Styles. Oh, my God. What a smack to the head.
Jim holds Jeff again. Styles with the trash can shot to the head. Oh, no.
Oh, man, what's he going to do?
Sets him up with a Styles smash and plants him. And now AJ uses the tape. No way. Russo with the big, no. Oh, God. Legend has got the bag. No. Got him. Enough is enough.
Stop this.
Ain't gonna be no rematch. What an impact this man. Legend has had here in his TNA debut.
Is he spitting up blood?
He is. Jeff Jarrett is spitting up blood in the ring.
Why
did they hit him in the stomach, unprotected, with the baseball bat? This is sick beyond sick. No! Danny Russo! No! D'Lo, I didn't know D'Lo was... What is D'Lo's here? Here goes Trinity. What did the teacher send the student in? Sky high power bomb. Get Russo! Oh no! What the hell are the red shirt security doing out here? 7 days, and your run at Cliff is over!
Jeff Jarrett has arrived here at the Asylum. Jeff, let me ask you a couple of questions if I could. Last time we saw you, you were in the ring spitting up blood from the attack by Vince Russo and the Legend. You're here against doctor's orders. They said, don't go near the Asylum, don't go near a ring, but we got to know, what's your medical condition?
Scott, I'm not here to give you any medical conditions or updates. Last week, Legend and Vince Russo, they want to play games with a bat. Well, you know what? It's my game tonight. And you tell them boys, batter up.
To TNA. You are looking live at the Asylum where tonight AJ Styles defends the NWA World Heavyweight title against the challenge of D'Lo Brown. Vince Russo vows that he will be in Styles' corner tonight, while D'Lo has promised that he'll be bringing an equalizer. And we are going to kick off TNA with the World Tag Team Championship matchup. Let's go to the taglines. Gilberti on a mission. We'll explain. No question, America's Most Wanted, wrestling's hottest tag team. Can Swinger and Diamond rely on the experience edge that they have? We'll factor that into the equation as well. Let's get things kicked off, JB. The opening contest for NWA Total Nonstop Action is scheduled for one fall and is for the NWA Tag Team Championships of the World. Introducing first of all the challengers, being led by Glenn Gilberti, the team of Simon Diamond and Johnny Swinger. You know, this is what we've been hearing all afternoon from Glenn Gilberti, how he's going to do anything and everything within his power to dismantle AMW, to take the tag title belts away. That's why I mentioned Glenn Gilberti is on a mission. And he joins us at the broadcast position as well for this World Tag Title match.
So much we want to ask you, Mike.
And their opponents, they are the current reigning and defending NWA Tag Team Champions of the World, America's Most Wanted. You talk about a tag team that are obviously fighting champions, not afraid to put those title belts on the line, not afraid to defend them because they're going to do it again tonight against Simon Diamond and Johnny Swinger, Mr. Gilberti.
Well, who can harass that if these guys are fighting champions? I mean, bottom line, this is bad TV. You got a couple of cowboys representing your wrestling organization as champions. That's unacceptable in my book.
Now, a couple of cowboys that a couple of weeks ago were in a match of the year.
Oh, yeah, big deal. The
What do you mean, big deal?
But Triple X carried them. Triple X carried these guys.
You were not watching the same match I was.
Hey, bottom line, let me tell you something. These cowboys, these guys are not athletes. They're not championship material. Cowboys do chores. That's what cowboys do. They shovel horse shit and stuff, and they do chores. That's what a cowboy does.
Yeah, one thing we want to point out, AMW did not fall victim to the letdown factor last week. First title defense over Sonny Siaki and David Young. This just 7 days after that incredible steel cage match. The match of the year that we're talking about, the title winner of Triple X.
One thing I want to say, though, Mike, I was talking with Storm and Harris before the match. This is a tag team they have never faced together. So that could be very important to Diamond and Swinger, because Harris and Storm, so many times they've done Triple X. They've seen Siaki and Young before like they did last week. They have never seen these two in the same ring with them at the same time.
And one of the things, Mr. Gilberti, in the taglines, we talked about the experience edge that this team you're associated with.
Yeah.
Diamond and Swinger. I mean, America's Most Wanted have only been teaming for a year. Diamond and Swinger, I believe, started in '99 or 2000. And what exactly is your association with this team? You the manager?
Hey, I'm an associate, man. I'm trying to get the troops in order here, okay? These guys deserve a title shot. They're experienced. They've been underrated. And let me tell you something. America Most Wanted, bottom line, they're an overrated tag team. I don't care what anybody says about them. They're overrated, okay? Simon Diamond and Johnny Swinger are excellent athletes. Under my guidance, I'm going to bring the tag belts back into my camp and get some stroke around here.
One thing we want to mention, we saw Jeff Jarrett at the top of the program not giving an update to Scott Hudson about his condition. Jarrett's scheduled to be in a match tonight versus Legend. We're waiting word, however, on Jarrett's condition. I know he went to the doctor on Monday, and the doctor advised him not to wrestle.
What did his gynecologist say?
What are you laughing at?
I'm sorry.
After what we saw last week, Don, why are you laughing?
I'm not laughing at that because that was
Don't
brutal.
put that over.
But that
We
was
saw
funny.
him attack with a baseball bat out here.
Hey, it's baseball season. Summer's pastime. Jarrett gets what he deserves. AMW's going to get what they deserve here. Johnny Swinger, Simon Diamond. Look at that. There we go.
Absolutely breaking down. Double team tactics by the team that I guess was put on the map in ECW. Simon Diamond, Johnny Swinger with a double team on the Wildcat. Chris Harris in the corner.
Good job, Swinger. I'm putting him back on the map right now.
They've obviously caught Wildcat Harris off guard right here. A very experienced
Hey, well,
tag
let
team.
me interrupt you, all right? It's not Wildcat, it's a cowboy. These guys are a couple cowboys, period.
One other quick point of business, if I can. We apologize for billing Negro Casas and Shocker for tonight. They had agreed to be here, but we regret that they reneged on their agreement. We will continue to have an open door policy here at NWA TNA. However, back to the action, back to the World Tag Title match.
Harris has got to get the tag to Storm here, or these two guys with their experience are just going to dominate this and make this a very short match, Mike.
Yeah, let's talk about your AMW right now. Let's talk about the match of the year. Let's talk about, do you have the match of the year right now? Hell no. These guys got lucky when they won that cage match. They're overrated, period, end of story.
All right, you made that point earlier. Lend some more expertise then. Off the snap suplex.
Another one.
Yeah, the Simon series is what he calls it. The series of suplexes, maintaining the contact, but only able to get a 2 count on Harris.
Let's talk about Simon Diamond and Johnny Swinger right now under my guidance and how effective they're doing against AMW, the Cowboys.
Can't deny that right now. They are totally taking control of this match and are dominating, and Chris Harris cannot even get over to Storm to make the tag.
Harris ducks the clothesline. Explodes with a clothesline of his own.
Well, to coin Sean Connery's phrase, I'm waiting to be impressed. These guys do not impress me. They are lucky.
Hot tag to the Tennessee Cowboys.
The referee did not see it.
Andrew Thomas didn't see the tag.
Good call by the referee.
What do you mean, good call? The tag was obvious in plain sight of everybody,
but not the referee. But not the referee. The referee has to see it to make the call. There's common sense to me. You're the professor.
Diamond right now and Swinger just giving it to Harris. I've never seen Chris Harris in this position like this, just totally.
There we go. Good strong left-hander. Good jabs. Boom! And a big right hand, and he leveled the Cowboy.
And goes for the pin and gets a 2 count. I know that as part of what you're trying to do to reestablish yourself has to have some kind of a connection to Vince Russo. You're trying to get back into Russo's good graces again?
That's none of your business. You try to put the pieces together. The bottom line is if you have belts, you got stroke around here. Okay, I'm trying to get the tag team belts in my camp where they belong and they can be used effectively.
Yeah, we've seen that stroke that goes with the title belt. How about Russo with the power play?
Beautiful move there again by Harris. He's got to make the tag here right now.
Come on, guys, get up.
Trying to get to the corner.
Get up, Diamond.
Got the tag in. Now there's the hot tag.
Oh, Johnny Swinger on the receiving end of those blows by the Cowboy.
Certainly on the receiving end of that big flying forearm. To the ropes goes Simon Diamond. Boom. Elevated with the back body drop.
Just hearing you say the word cowboy nauseates me.
Well, then I might say it 3 or 4 more
Swinger.
times. Oh, right about the Cowboy right there, skinning the cat. Oh, beautiful.
And then follows up with a slingshot cross-body block to the floor.
And here he goes, hey.
Off the top.
Beautiful.
He hit the crossbody off the top. Got 2.
Kick out. There we go. You're not going to beat him with a crossbody. You're not going to beat him with a crossbody.
What did you tell these guys, Glenn, on how to prepare for America's Most Wanted?
That's none of your business. I'm not going to give away my secrets, you moron. Oh.
Super kick. Got him. Push the leg. Here's 2. Here's... No.
That's 2 and a half.
Just count enough.
There we go. Come on, Simon. Come on, Swinger.
2-on-1. Storm to the ropes.
Oh, no.
By James Storm.
Talk about a counter. Talk about a perfect reversal. Exactly what we saw from James Storm. Tag to Chris Harris, now the legal man.
Come on, get your second win back, guys.
Harris springs off the rope.
Oh, no.
Left arm lariat. Here's the cover. Referee Thomas is out of position.
He should be out of the ring. Get the man out of the ring. Good move. Good move by Simon Diamond.
Harris had Johnny Swinger pinned right there. Andrew Thomas again out of position.
AMW had the win. They were going to retain the tag belts.
All right. All right. It's over. He got him.
There.
Pin it down. The Swinger stinger.
No.
Come on.
One thing you can't deny, Mike, is Swinger and Diamond are a very formidable tag team and would make great champions.
Count faster. The referee's making slow counts. Out of position, making slow counts.
Diamond and Swinger going to try and set up a double team move. Simon Diamond mounts the top rope. Broken up, however.
Oh, no.
And Harris elevates Swinger to the apron.
And the southpaw levels him and sends him out.
Come on, referee, regain some order.
Action on both sides of the ring in this opening World Tag Team title matchup. Storm mounts the top rope.
Oh, great running down by Storm. He has been so impressive in this match.
Brought him in with the Hurricane Rana. Gets
No, you're not going to beat him with that.
Only 2.
What
in Diamond, get out of there.
What intestinal fortitude and bravery by my men. Come on, Swinger. Oh, no.
Super kick.
That one was on the button. This one was with authority.
Here it comes.
They've been using the super kick to set up the death sentence. Is that what they're going to do here? What's the deal with Gilberti slamming down his headset? Here it is. Going to hook him up for the death sentence. Gilberti
just... Oh, wait a minute. Referee didn't see it.
He threw Harris all the way out to the floor. What are you doing, Gilberti? What the hell are you doing?
just doing my job.
They let Storm in there by himself. Oh, no.
Keep an eye on Gilberti. Somebody get a camera on Gilberti.
He's got it. There it goes.
Roll up in the ring.
Storm's got it, but again. Andrew Thomas out of shape. Gilberti just smashed Storm with a chair.
Oh, no.
Oh,
no
man.
way. No way. We're going to have new tag champs.
1, 2,
He started off. He got the shoulder up to 2.
Gilberti can't believe it. How did that shoulder get out of that? Diamond and Swinger need to put him away right now. Harris is out of the picture at this time. He's out of the ring.
And they continue the double team. Again, right in front of the referee. Swinger off the rope. Out of his boot. He spears the two. The winners of the match, and still NWA Tag Team Champions of the World, America's Most Wanted.
Talk about intestinal fortitude.
That's the words that Gilberti was using all during the match.
That was again 2 on 3. I think Gilberti forgot that AMW's used to that when they had so many great matches with Triple X.
Wow, talk about putting it together. That's exactly what AMW just did. And they keep the NWA Tag Team titles successful in their second title defense here in TNA.
Not to take anything away from Diamond and Swinger, though, I can see why they've been such a successful tag team for so many years. So talented, and they'll be back in TNA.
And with the interference of this man, Glenn Gilberti, they were on the verge of winning the NWA Tag Team title belts on several occasions. See a verbal confrontation there between Gilberti and AMW. Let's take a look at the video package on Wrestling's Fallen Angel, Christopher Daniels.
You can live your whole life in darkness and not realize it until a light shines upon you. Such was my life as I waited for an opportunity to arise, as I waited for that which you call tradition to show me the way. But I finally saw the light. With a clarity as strong as the rays of the sun, I came to know that sports entertainment was the path to the goals that I had set for myself. And now, my mission is clear to me. I must go forth and lead the unenlightened to the promised land. Lead the unenlightened. And those who do not follow me shall be cut down like weeds from the garden. And that is the gospel, according to the fallen angel.
We're back live. This is Legend in the ring. He's got a microphone.
All hail the all-time king of sports entertainment. In this industry, the man who is the straw that stirs the coffee, Vince Russo.
What? Well, obviously with the New York shirt and bat.
Now let's talk shop. You all know that Vince Russo has had a problem with a certain superstar here. Well, we're going to put an end to that tonight. You see,
This guy's from Toronto. He should be wearing a Blue Jays uniform.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's just Russo
Vince
impersonation.
Russo doesn't suck.
Yeah.
We are going to put an end to this rivalry here tonight. We are going to have a man come out here, a man who I consider to be my colleague, a man I consider to be my confidant, and dare I say my best
My best friend.
A man who should be at home with his baby tonight, but he's here. Here is the chosen one, Jeff Jarrett.
Well, I was going to talk about what an impactful debut that man legend made 1 week ago on this program, saving Vince Russo from the Jeff Jarrett attack. And
wait a minute here.
This is hilarious.
Vince Russo and his Jeff Jarrett impersonation. Nice outfit. Mike, where can we get one of those?
That's sick. Absolute lack of respect for Jeff Jarrett. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, especially on the heels of what these jerks did last week with the baseball bat attack.
Talk about rubbing salt in the wounds.
All right, listen up, slap nuts. I got all the stroke around here, and the proof is around my waist. Well, not anymore. But Vince Russo, tonight is all about you. It's going to be a double J, J-E-double-F, J-A-double-R-E-double-T, double J Jeff Jarrett, tribute to you. Because you see, before I met you, Vince Russo, I was just the Hendersonville hillbilly. Well, you took me under your wing. Ha ha! You gave me your guidance. Ha ha! And you made me the Hendersonville superstar. I also just want to say that these pants are so tight, I'm about to shit my pants. But Vince Russo, you did everything for me. You made me a star. And tonight, ha ha, I'm going to return the favor to you. Because I'm going to get involved in this little project. Ha ha. It's called NWA TNA. It's going to be cutting edge, Vince. Me and you, we're going to take it to the top. But Vince, I got to know I could trust you first. Because if I can't trust you, I got a bunch of old-timers back there. I got Jackie Fargo. I got Mr. Wrestling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 9 back there. And if you double-cross me, Vince Russo, they will kick your Yankee butt. Ha ha!
Double cross. I'm sorry, but how do I know that a Hendersonville hillbilly turned superstar that I can trust you?
Me double-cross you? J-E-double-F, J-A-double-R-E-double-T cross you? Well, let me tell you why, Vince Russo. Because I know they've been censoring you. They won't let you do what you want to do. And I think tonight is the night for male nudity in this very ring. What I'm saying, Vince Russo, is I am going to drop to my knees and I am going to kiss your big, beautiful white ass in front of all these people. Go ahead, baby. Drop those trowels. Ha ha! Ha ha! Drop those trowels right now. Let out those two beautiful New York ham hocks. Right now, baby. Let me have that one.
And here comes Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah.
And look at that. He's dressed to wrestle.
I guess Russo and Legend didn't see him come in.
And I guess he's not going to listen to those doctor's orders that advised him not to wrestle tonight.
What a kick there by Jarrett. And he gets Stingy out of the ring. Oh, look at Russo backing up the ramp.
Yeah, Russo bails, heads up the ramp, and now it's Jarrett's opportunity for revenge.
Oh, Legend caught him, though.
Whoa, oh! Dropped him across the knee with the backbreaker. 6'5", 270 pounds. Oh! Springs off the ring rope, crashes down across the chest of Jarrett.
Right into the midsection, which they pummeled last week so brutally. Look at this, and you can see the...
Yeah, you can see that the ribs have been taped up.
Oh, he's just... But you know what? Jeff could only take so much, Mike. He can only take so much. Oh!
Legend charges at Jarrett, who fortunately is able to sidestep him, and Legend goes shoulder first into the safety rail, and Jarrett fights back. Jackson's jaw with the right hand. Jarrett's got a chair, one of our chairs here from the broadcast position. Oh! Crashes that down across the back of Legend. And here we go, the brawl, much like last week, has spilled out into the asylum.
This is all about a little payback right here, Mike. He's not forgotten for the last week. He's been either in the hospital or home, taped up in bed.
Yeah, think about that rib injury. With every breath that Jeff Jarrett has been taking for the last 7 days, he's reminded of how serious those internal injuries were from the baseball bat shots from Legend and Russo.
I guess Jarrett right now feels like the pain's not going to get any worse, so he might as well take care of Legend right here.
And he's going to follow him right up into the seats here at the asylum, and repeated shots to the back with the chair by Jarrett on Legend.
Legend, again, like I said, obviously had no idea that Jarrett was going to make it here tonight.
Look out now.
Oh.
That's from well up in the stands. Legend appeared as if he was going to try and body slam Jarrett. He threw him right off that top set.
He threw him behind the stairs.
He did.
Wow.
I mean, Don, that's got to be what would you say, Don? That's got to be about what a
15-foot, 20-foot drop.
15, 20-foot drop to the floor. Jarrett is a man possessed. That's not enough. He's following. I'm amazed that Legend is even up and on his feet at this point after that kind of a fall.
Well, you got to give that to the... Oh, look, you can see the pain on Jarrett's face. Trying to somehow mask the pain and forget about it, but he can't.
Trying to fight through that pain. Chair shot to the back by Legend, who is dragging Jarrett by the hair.
Oh, somehow, I don't know how Legend got the momentum back after that fall he took. But Jarrett's still fighting back.
Jarrett not to be denied.
Holy
Repeated
cow.
bites, and he's got a chair again.
How many? Oh, I'll tell you what, Legend's taking some chair shots right here. Right here behind us, Mike. Be careful. A kick by Legend right into the groin area there of...
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
He's got Jarrett's head wedged in between those guys. Oh, the safety rail. And he came with all of his force with the boot and kicked the head of Jarrett. I mean, there's no place for the head to go. No place for it to move.
He's already got his midsection. Oh, Jarrett is just bloodied.
God, he's split wide open. Jarrett has been split wide open, and Legend continues the assault.
Somebody come out here and stop this. And Jarrett is now getting pummeled. Legend just having his way right here. Oh, man.
Right here at the broadcast position, and Legend goes over the guardrail. Jesus, isn't enough already? I'll show you what it's enough.
Oh, man.
Where the hell is security?
Somebody come out here and stop this.
Right here at the broadcast table. Jarrett says face first. God.
I mean, the courage that Jarrett showed to even come out here was one thing, but Jarrett, it's too much. Oh, he's fighting back.
And look at Jarrett fight back.
Oh,
he's cut off.
right into the ribs.
God, our ringside broadcast table covered with the blood of Jeff Jarrett. Our monitors covered with his blood. And Legend continues the assault. Oh, God.
Look at that.
God, he just won't stop.
Oh, this This rivalry between Russo and Jarrett is gone beyond anything I've ever seen.
Come on, this is beyond the point of trying to embarrass somebody. Jarrett in severe trouble.
Somebody get out here and stop this.
Now what? Now he's going to get a chair.
Enough's enough.
Come on already.
And you'll notice Russo's nowhere to be found.
No, but you know that he plotted this. You know this is all part of his plan. Jarrett just trying to muster the strength even to get to his feet. And as soon as he gets to his knees, he's cut off by Legend.
He's trying, but the pain, look at him, he's everything.
And how did he do it?
Sometimes when the pain's so great, you know it can't get any worse, Mike. It can't get any worse.
Unbelievably fighting through the pain. Able to back body drop Legend to the chairs. Lead over the stroke. Oh, shot to the ribs, a cheap shot. Reversal by Jarrett.
Oh, he did the stroke right into the chair. Legend took it face first. Oh, Jarrett is just bleeding profusely.
What a wild, impromptu brawl this has evolved into.
There's a little payback.
We want payback. Exactly what we want. This is what happened to Jarrett a week ago when they used the tape to tape him and he was defenseless.
And they beat his midsection with a baseball bat.
The internal injury. Jarrett hospitalized.
Jarrett,
And look at Jarrett getting revenge.
Normally I wouldn't condone this, but Mike, I'm sorry, this is justified.
Yeah, it's all about payback at this point. Jarrett trying to get the other piece of tape from his other wrist. And Mike, this is exactly what we saw. This was the position that Jarrett was in 1 week ago, where he was defenseless. And now it's time.
It's gonna do it. The bat's right there in the corner. He's got it in his hand. Here it goes.
Jarrett's got. Oh no! Here comes Russo. Repeated baseball bat shots by Jarrett. Is he going to go for the figure four? Yes! He's going to lock the figure four on Russo. There it is. Uh-oh, Legend. Legend Russo. Oh, man. Through to the tape, and then the guitar shot delivered to the head of Jarrett.
Just didn't have enough tape on there to keep the Legend in tied up. He just snapped through it. Oh, man, just when Russo was getting what he had coming to him, Mike.
Oh, and Jarrett now. Jarrett, he's out on his feet at this point. Oh, he calls that move the stone cutter. He twisted it off, did Legend, and laid out Jarrett, who's already a bloody mess.
You can see Russo grabbing his left leg where Jarrett was beating on it with a bat. Oh, no, get out here, somebody stop this.
The man was hospitalized last week. He had internal injuries. The doctors, they told him, they advised him not to wrestle tonight. And against doctor's orders, Jeff Jarrett, oh no, was fighting Legend, but he's defenseless again.
Your security, somebody.
God, no, again. To the already damaged ribs of Jarrett. Russo directing traffic, telling Legend to continue the assault, to continue the attack.
Keep coming. Keep coming. Keep coming. No.
Finally, Mike. Finally.
Red shirt security, black shirt security, referees have hit the ring.
Finally. Oh, there's Jeff's father. Jerry Jarrett out here.
Obviously, the serious nature of this situation has caused Jeff's dad, Jerry Jarrett, to come and check on the condition. All right, let's send you backstage. Scott Hudson standing by with the X Division champion, Chris Sabin. Go, Scott.
Champ, last week we saw the world heavyweight champion take Frankie Kazarian and fold him up like a pair of pleated pants. Now, he calls himself Frankie the Future Kazarian. You're the future Chris Sabin, but I gotta say, You've got the X Division title. I think you've got a claim to that name. But you can't ignore a man like Frankie Kazarian.
Obviously, we all know who the real future of this business is. And obviously, it's the man with the gold, Chris Sabin. Now, there's nothing that I would love more than to give Frankie Kazarian a shot at my X Division title. But in case you haven't noticed, the guy's on a losing streak. And we all know in this business, losers do not get shots at titles. So what Frankie's going to have to do is go out there in that six-man match, and he's going to have to prove something to me. Okay. And then maybe he gets 10, 15 more wins. Then maybe I might consider possibly thinking about giving him a shot at my X Division title. Maybe, Scott. Maybe.
Maybe.
Possibly.
That six-man action still to come. Ladies and gentlemen, he's the man who built this house. This is Prime Time, Elix Skipper.
This is my house. I built this house. Pound for pound, I'm the best wrestler in the world. What time is it?
Did you see that elevation? The elevation of Skipper. How high was he up?
Pound for pound, you're looking at the best wrestler in the world. What time is it?
Look at this. Skipper walks the rope.
What time is it? That's what I'm talking about.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to ringside at this time, Prime Time, Elix Skipper.
And Elix Skipper will be joining us on color for this upcoming six-way X Division match. Number one contenders bout. We're going to be joined by Primetime. How about Chris Sabin claiming that Frankie Kazarian's on a losing streak?
Oh, my. One loss to the champion?
He was undefeated until that loss, and think about it. Sabin, Trinity, everybody interfered, cost him that first loss.
The following contest is a six-man, six-way X Division elimination match. About to make his way to the ring, first of all, introducing from South Beach, Kid Romeo.
And we certainly have been impressed with Kid Romeo here on TNA. I think he really belongs right in the mix of the X Division title picture.
Absolutely, Mike.
If he wins this, he's going to be the number one contender.
Competitor number 2. From St. Louis, Missouri, this is Matt Sydal.
Another one with a brilliant future.
Yes.
Just 20 years of age, already 3 years as a pro. Started off wrestling at 17.
Keep your eye on this kid.
Take on Catholic Church, Altar Boy Lou.
22 years of age, 3+ years as a pro. Altar Boy Luke, the next competitor in this six-way match.
From parts unknown, this is Delirious.
Well, there you see Delirious, and Matt Striker joins him as well. Delirious patterns his style after Sabu and the Great Muta.
Matt Striker.
Striker, I guess, the elder statesman of this group, 28 years of age, a 5-year pro from Cincinnati's Heartland Wrestling.
And from Los Angeles, California, Frankie the Future Kazarian.
And it's very obvious how impressed we've been with Frankie Kazarian. How about the recent non-title match where he defeated X Division champ Chris Sabin? Sabin didn't point that out earlier.
Obviously, that still sticks in Sabin's craw because he threw those jabs at Kazarian earlier tonight.
Primetime Elix Skipper joins us at the broadcast position. We have to talk about that incredible match a couple of weeks ago. The steel cage bout, Triple X and America's Most Wanted. Primetime.
That's right. That match was easy because that's what I do.
What an incredible match it was. Some call it the match of the year, Mike, and I can't deny that. It was something to see in Primetime. You were so incredible in that ring.
That match was easy.
The guys in the back are talking about trying to top that. It can't be done, and if they try to top it, I'll just do what I do. Because being the best mat wrestler in the world, pound for pound, that's what I do.
And And can we presume, since you're out here to help us on color commentary for this X Division matchup, that you're interested in a shot down the line at the X Division title?
You know what? I didn't think about the X Division title, but on my way to getting the heavyweight title, I just might get that title. But back to the cage match. You know, I'm going to be honest with you, Mike. I wasn't even 100% that night. I was off, actually.
Off?
Yeah, I wasn't 100%, but the fact that I'm pound for pound the best wrestler in the world, I can have a bad night and still have the best match of the year.
And this matchup is an elimination match. So it will be fought with team rules as we see Striker go for the pin attempt on Delirious and gain a 2 count.
Mike, did you notice I'm putting on a little bit of weight here?
Felix, if we can concentrate on the task at hand, which is this 6-way match. Let's give these guys in the ring their just.
You called me out here to talk. Why are we talking about this match?
I didn't call you out here.
Mike, if you don't know how to treat a pound for pound best wrestler in the world, I don't have time for you. Because you obviously forgot what time it is, and that's prime time. And if you don't have time for me, I don't have time for you.
Well, Mahi Straw cradle roll-up by Kazarian is...
Primetime just got ticked off. Didn't want to discuss this match at all.
I mean, he made his point, but I mean, at some point we have to concentrate on the action in the ring in this match.
Primetime just literally got fed up, Mike, and left. Well, Mike, we can't worry about that right now. We have got to get back to this match, and it's going to be something.
Yeah, let's concentrate on the in-ring action.
Delirious.
Wow. Look at the elevation. Missile dropkick on Altar Boy Luke, hit by Delirious.
Well, that's what I love about the X Division, and it's what I love about TNA. You talked about, oh, look at the extension there of Matt Sydal.
And hit the crossbody block and gains a 2 count. Wow.
It's an open door policy for this young talent, and we're looking for a new #1 contender. We've seen Kid Romeo. We know what he can do. Oh, there he is.
Yeah, almost as if on cue. We know what he can do, and he just connected first with a clothesline. And then a big right hand to jack the jaw of Altar Boy Luke, and back to the offensive touch of Romeo.
I'm going to tell you something. I don't know that Kazarian should even be in this match after the match he had with AJ last week, and there at the end of the match, and we saw how brutal it was, and he somehow survived it. But you got to give him credit for getting in it. But this is a lot of young talent out here, Mike.
And
Did you see that move by Sydal?
I did, and another 2 count for Sydal. You mentioned Kazarian in the attack last week. Think about that. After the match, Russo hitting him with the baseball bat in the ribs, and you see that Kazarian even has his ribs taped up.
Oh, great move there by Romeo.
Snaps off the head scissors on Sydal. Shoots him off into the ring ropes. Sydal able to duck the clothesline and wasn't able to avoid the contact with that boot to the midsection, and then released overhead, just tossed away. Romeo, quick pin, hooks the leg, and gets a 2 count.
Kid Romeo showing his experience over Sydal. I'll tell you what, we've talked about Kid Romeo. Every time we've seen him here recently in TNA, Mike, he's been so impressive, hasn't he? He would be a great contender for the X Division.
And if he's successful in getting this tonight, he will be the #1 contender. Slingshot in, leg drop, and Kazarian goes for the pin, and another near fall, getting the 2 count. Look at Delirious up on the top rope.
Oh, and Sydal made a great move there. He caught Kazarian right in the rib section where he's taped up. Sydal had to do something to get out of there, and you can see how Kazarian is hurting badly in his ribs.
And pretty obvious as Striker immediately comes in, connects with a knee to the midsection, and then the front suplex, hanging him over that top steel cable, dropping him rib first. I think everybody realizes here in this match, they've done their homework. They saw that he was nailed with the baseball bat by Russo last week. They see that the ribs are taped. They're going to try and take advantage of that.
One thing about this match, whoa!
Suicide dive!
I mean, unbelievable by Delirious. Even though Sydal jumped over him, Sydal didn't stop it, went right after Kazarian. Oh, great kick there by Altar Boy Luke.
Takes down Sydal, and now he's going to fly.
Oh, beautiful!
Flip dive over the top by Luke. Still everyone in this elimination match. Who's the first to be eliminated? And Sydal, he's going to fly. No! Smart move by Romeo on the opposite side of the ring.
He was hiding behind the cameraman and just waiting. He knew Sydal would want to do it.
Hook the leg, now comes flying off.
He decided to do it.
Springboard by Romeo from the middle rope, up and over the top rope and down to the floor.
Here we go. He's making 6 for 6.
20-year-old kid, Matt Sydal. To perfection with the moonsault from the top all all the way down to the floor.
If that had been the Olympics, that'd have been Kid Point across the board, Mike.
Kazarian back in. Kazarian goes for the pin, and only a 2 count. You know, we call for replays in this match, but there's no opportunity.
You can't in this one.
No time.
This is a elimination match, and I'm going to tell you right now, these guys are not going to stop. Oh, what a move! What a move here by Sydal.
And Sydal was able to catch Striker in this battle of the mats, caught him with the kick as he was spun over in midair. Drop kick, grazed Striker. Can Sydal follow up? Goes for the cover. The lateral press and a 2 count before Striker kicks out.
Nobody's been eliminated as of yet. So much on the line. Everybody wants... Oh. I don't know if you saw that.
I saw Kid Romeo stopping Striker and avoiding the contact. Now the catapult.
Oh. Romeo's got him.
Landed him. Last chance to...
He's gone.
Sydal has been eliminated.
First elimination is Matt Sydal.
Boy, Luke just slammed Kid Romeo down.
Calls that the holy driver. Half Nelson into a power bomb. And Altar Boy Luke will make his way through the ring ropes. Oh, check this moonsault out. Oh, calls that the halo. Here's 1, here's 2. No, shoulder up by Romeo. Well, I guess this match has epitomized everything that TNA stands for.
Yes.
Total non-stop action in this 6-way X Division contest.
Did you see Romeo switch that midstream in the air like
Drove him
that?
down face first, hooks the leg, and gets a 2 count.
I'll tell you what, if Kazarian's smart, he will try to stay out of that ring as much as possible with the bruised ribs from last week.
Well, that would actually be the key to success. Stay out as long as you can and survive in this kind of a match. Do not get eliminated. Don't put yourself in a position to be eliminated.
Whoa!
Phenomenal move that time by Delirious.
I'll tell you what, we've seen, Mike and I have had the pleasure of seeing him at TNA Explosion so many times. Keep right on this kid. He's crazy, he's wacky, but he's exciting.
6 straight weeks on our syndicated show Explosion for Delirious. Oh! Rolls through now. He's got the pin attempt, and Kazarian is able to kick out.
Oh, what a kick!
Wow.
Oh, my God!
Jumping kick. Shades of the Yakuza kick that time by Kazarian, who follows up the advantage of the corner, but Delirious is going to go to the top rope.
Good move by Delirious, though, to get out of that ring real quickly and throw Kazarian off of his move.
From the top. Oh, falls back, maintains the contact, and got him! That is number 2, wrestler number 2 that's out, and we're down to the final 4.
Oh, great move there by Striker.
Luthez press by Matt Striker.
Oh, and the knees of Kazarian. Oh, what great timing by Kazarian to get the knees up, Mike.
Striker went for his patented move, the Striker salt, but you're right, knees able to get up and stop that move by Striker. Back into the offensive now. Striker sends Romeo to the ropes.
Great move there by Striker. Just, whoa!
Power slam, pin, 2, no.
That's what I love about the X Division, Mike. You don't only see the great agility and the high-flying moves. These guys have the power moves, too. And with their speed, they come down with such force.
And now Romeo has Striker in a precarious position. Striker hooking the top rope. And Striker overpowered him that time and stopped Romeo. Pushed him into the corner.
Oh, great knee to the ribs.
Opportunity now for Striker to take advantage of this opening. Repeated clubbing blows to the back.
Going top rope. Oh, look at Kid Romeo's got him. No way! God!
Here's the pin attempt, and 1, and 2, and got him.
Matt Striker has been eliminated.
What a move there by Romeo, Mike. That was impressive.
Kazarian immediately in. Connects with the missile drop kick on Romeo. Jumping back elbow. Are we down to the final 2 now? We're down to the final 2. And Romeo and Kazarian. Oh, drove him down to the mat. Back to the picture for 1, for 2, for 3.
The winner and the new number 1 contender for the X Division Championship of the World, Frankie the Future Kazarian.
Frankie Kazarian does it again. Wow. We're going to try and get an update on the condition of Jeff Jarrett if we can. We want to understand Scott Hudson standing by in the back, but what's the story on this? What's Chris Sabin doing out here?
He's out here just to kind of pose and show everybody the belt that he owns. He's the X Division champion.
We were going to send it to the back for an update on Jarrett's condition, but now all of a sudden we see Sabin coming out here unannounced, and well, I guess he's going to explain his position.
All right, Frankie, you proved something to me tonight. You proved me that you're a worthy contender. So I tell you what, son, you will get a title shot. And it's going to be right now.
What? What is he?
He just said he'd give him a title shot right now. He said he earned it. He's going to give it to him. Well, I mean, think about how low that is to Sabin. The guy's just wrestled 6 men, Mike.
This is unbelievable. Well, he just wrestled 5, and now this is the 6th. Oh! And totally taking advantage of the injured ribs of Frankie Kazarian. Immediately on the attack with the ribs, and now sends him into the steel ring post. Got him positioned around that steel post.
Oh, it's obvious that Sabin still cannot get over the fact that Kazarian actually beat him in a match.
Yeah, non-title match a couple of weeks ago. Kazarian holds the win over Sabin.
I mean, there's no way. Kazarian, this is just wrong. Kazarian, like you said, just went through 5 men to become the #1 contender. And Sabin's giving him a match right now.
This is a gutless performance by the X Division champion.
Yeah, I'm a Chris Sabin fan. This guy's got all the talent in the world. You don't need to do it this way, Mike.
Totally focusing his offensive attack on the previously injured ribs of Kazarian, and Sabin is going to take him up.
Go! Hey, Kazarian, count it! Beautiful move there by Kazarian! But look at him, you can see him writhing in pain, Mike!
Desperation move, hitting that released overhead suplex.
Wow, how much gas can he have left in the tank?
Got to be on E. The tank has got to be on E for Kazarian, but look at him get to his feet. Look at him fight back.
Think about this, Mike. 2 weeks ago, he faced Sabin. A week ago, he faced the phenomenal AJ Styles. Then today, he took on 5 guys, and now Sabin. 6 men tonight. You got to give Kazarian credit for the... I'm going to borrow a phrase from Gilberti. The intestinal fortitude.
Yeah, the gutsy performance, and that time he went slingshot, went going for a cross body block, but Sabin was able to get the knee in the path of Kazarian.
I'll tell you what, it's obvious to me that Sabin fears Kazarian. That's why he's doing this. He said he'd give him a title match. And he comes out and gets him when he knows Sabin's not at full strength. I mean, Kazarian's not at full strength. But look at this!
Attempted the sunset flip is blocked. Kazarian goes for the pin, but only able to get a 2 count.
Oh, Sabin put the knees right in the ribs.
And the X Division champ, who agreed to put up the X Division title here in this impromptu match against Kazarian. Kazarian against all odds as the challenger. You're going to try and go for that one-man Spanish fly that he calls the flex capacitor. Oh, but it's blocked. That was the move he was going for.
Oh, he's got him. Wait a minute, Sabin, wait a minute.
He stopped another one of his famous moves, and he's going to take him up to his shoulder now. And
swung like a bag of potato chips right into the turnbuckle.
Charges, sends him across, the back of his head making contact, whiplash style with the top turnbuckle. Oh, there's the future shock. Dropped him down, Fisherman's Buster applied, and there's the 3 count.
The winner of the match, and still X Division champion of the world, Chris Sabin.
Well, Chris Sabin, bottom line, retains the title. But that isn't the full story. Standing by in the back, Scott Hudson. And I understand we're going to get an update on the condition of Jeff Jarrett. Scott?
Guys, Jeff Jarrett has been severely injured. At this point, we know the internal injuries have been aggravated. We don't know the extent of the injuries. We know that an ambulance has been called here to the asylum. But now...
We didn't get him the first time. I don't want to walk. I don't want to walk. I just want to drive. I didn't finish in the first time.
Oh, man, what is going on again? They're beating him.
I don't want to walk.
Well, we went to the back for an update on Jarrett's condition. And Russo and Legend continue their assault.
Russo is totally out of control, Mike. This guy is sick. He needs help. Oh, this is just wrong. He needs help.
Vince Russo is mental. Did you just see that attack? That was sick. I mean, following up on everything that we've seen.
That was criminal.
And now what? Now we're being interrupted by Lollipop in the ring?
I don't know what's going on.
I have something to say, and it's to the girls of Bitch Slap. You know, something got started last week, and we didn't get to finish it. I know the people here and the payers at home all want to see what didn't get finished last week, and I know I want to do it. So why don't you come out here? We'll give the people what they want.
But she's calling out, I guess, Tracy and Veronica. We saw the pull-apart brawl 1 week ago tonight, and, well, here is Nurse Veronica.
Well, I hope they don't pull it apart now.
I know you were upset that they were stopping the cat fight last week.
I mean, if they want to, they want to get it on. Let's get it on. A lot of men out here in this crowd.
That looks like Lollipop's getting ready for battle.
What in the world? There she goes. And
here we go. It is on up the ramp.
Wait, no, what in the world?
Just as this gets started, you see April Pennington, the other TNA dancer, coming down here as well.
Come on.
And again, black shirt security comes out to stop the cat fight. The potential cat fight stops again.
Well, it takes security forever to get out here when we need them. And then here when we got a little harmless cat fight, they get out right away. Let them fight.
That's the consensus opinion of the crowd here at the TNA Asylum. Let them fight. But security separates them again, and again we're denied. All right, it was earlier today when I had the opportunity to sit down and get some answers to the questions from Father James Mitchell. Roll the tape. Father James Mitchell, it has certainly been an auspicious return for you to TNA. The way I look at it, you're batting 1,000. 2 weeks, 2 victims, as both Raven and CM Punk have felt the wrath of your fire.
Precisely, Mike. Hell's a-popping in TNA right now.
The franchise, Shane Douglas, keeps referring to this deal with the devil that he made with you. Please explain the association that you have with Douglas.
It's really very simple. Shane Douglas wanted to get into TNA, but they wouldn't let him. And he told me that if I assisted him, he would take care of Raven. You see, he and I both despise Raven, albeit for 2 very different reasons. But since he's arrived, we have essentially figured out a way to kill 1 bird with 2 stones.
Well, what's the story? What's behind this hatred that you have for Raven?
Oh, there's a litany of reasons, Mike. Just on the top of the list, the fact that he's a whiner. For years we've heard, what about me? What about Raven? He was born with a silver spoon in his mouth, the son of a wealthy publisher. Now, what has he had to complain about? He's had a better run in this wrestling business than most people. But he doesn't get his way. What's he ever lost? What has he ever really lost? A match or 2, Mike? An argument with a promoter? You know what real loss is? He's never felt it. I have. I suffered a career-threatening wrestling-related injury, and I didn't whine and complain like he did.
Well, tell us about that injury.
3 years ago, when I was working for the ECW promotion, a device that I used to throw fire exploded in my hand. I nearly died. I went into shock. I had a hole in my abdomen big enough to stick my finger through. I lost part of my fingertip. I have permanent nerve damage. I can't walk without a cane. It's excruciating. I felt real loss, and as a result of that, once the dust had cleared, the smoke had settled, after the $100,000 medical bill came in, I lost everything I'd worked so hard to get in my life. I lost my wife, I lost my home, I lost 2 luxury automobiles, my family, my pets, everything. I'd bottomed out. But, unlike Raven, did I descend into an abyss of drug abuse? No. Did I have to hide under a wet Prozac security blanket just to get through the day? No. I took Nietzsche's dictum that which doesn't kill me only makes me stronger. And I rebuilt myself 1 day at a time, and I'm stronger now than I've ever been and stronger than Raven could ever be.
And isn't it interesting that when I think of you and Raven, I first off think of the similarities, the parallels that you have, and one of those has to be mind control.
Mind control. You think Raven is capable of mind control? How hard, how much mental ability does it take to control a bunch of screwballs, dropouts, disenfranchised losers? That's not mind control. And besides that, in order to control others, you've got to be able to control yourself, Mike. If Raven had any self-control, he wouldn't have become the filthy, junky dirtbag that he was for all those years.
One of the other similarities between you and Raven is the fact that you both have been known to, let's say, play with the dark side.
There's the key word, play. That's the difference between Raven and myself. He plays at it. It's shtick for him. For me, it's very real. And I find it very offensive, Mike, when I watch TNA and I see Raven sitting in a room with a pentagram surrounded by little candles, like he's performing some sort of spell. I find that very offensive. He doesn't know what he's playing with. He has no idea, Mike. What's he going to do next? Wear an Ozzy Osbourne shirt? Spin heavy metal records backwards? He's clueless. He has no idea of what he's tapped into. And the bottom line of that is, Mike, that he didn't conjure up little boogeymen when he did that. He conjured up something a hell of a lot more dangerous. My wrath. And he's going to feel it. He's going to learn what real pain and real suffering and real loss is.
And there you see what happened 1 week ago. The fireball in the face of CM Punk. The Gathering is in the ring, and Julio's got the microphone.
Shane Douglas, it's time you get your butt out here right now. Let me tell you how it's going to go down, my friend. You got in the ring with Raven, and you sent him packing. He's burnt. And I tell you what, CM Punk's one of my best friends. And you sent him burnt to the hospital as well. Well, I'll tell you how it's going to go down right now. You get your butt to the ring. You realize right now you made a pact with the devil. You made a deal with the devil. But it wasn't a very good deal. I made a deal with Raven. I told him I'd stick up for him till he was ready. So get your ass out here, or I'm going to wipe mine with your t-shirt.
Open challenge to the franchise, Shane Douglas.
And his opponent from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. This is the franchise, Shane Douglas.
And immediately answered, and Douglas is ready for one-on-one competition. You know, we had anticipated Raven being here tonight, but as Julio just mentioned, the injuries have sidelined him for yet another week, Don.
Well, I'll tell you what, Shane Douglas has made no secret of the fact that he wants Raven out of here. He wants the Gathering out of here. Anybody associated with Raven, he did an alliance with Mitchell to prove it. I mean, like I said, he made a deal with the devil, Mike.
And certainly we just heard from Father James Mitchell supplying us with plenty of answers to a lot of the questions that we've had about the specific hatred that these individuals have for each other.
Great move there by Julio.
Up the vertical suplex takeover. Julio back to the advantage now, using the t-shirt to throttle Douglas. 1 week ago when Shane Douglas won that Clockwork Orange House of Fun match over CM Punk, taking a page right out of Raven's book, winning Raven's specialty match was his own brainchild. And then post-match, as we've seen on the videotape, Father James Mitchell with the fireball thrown in the face of CM Punk.
Julio De Niro has totally taken control of this match from the beginning. You know, he's been thinking about this. Oh, and he is dominating, Mike.
Off the back heel trip, the lateral press. Douglas gets the shoulder up at 2. Well, as far as Raven and the Gathering have been concerned, Shane Douglas has been a huge problem for them ever since he debuted here some 4 weeks ago. You remember it was that three-way match. Raven was cost an opportunity at the NWA World's title when Douglas came in and interfered, pulled Raven out of that match, and the problems have escalated since that point.
Of course, Douglas made it known that he felt like he'd gotten rid of that NWA title belt years and years ago, 10 years ago, and felt like Raven was trying to resurrect it, Mike.
Yeah, it was 10 years ago when he buried the NWA World's title, blaming Raven for trying to help resurrect that championship. But how impressed are you with Julio in this match?
Oh, absolutely. And again, it took a rake in the eyes there by Douglas to try to get some momentum, but De Niro's not going to let him have it.
Off the full Nelson slam, legs hooked, and another near fall. Smart move, I think, at this point by the franchise, Shane Douglas. Roll out of the ring.
Whoa! Look at him fly!
Didn't roll out far enough, though, did he?
I'll tell you what, Julio's been impressive in the ring. Had some great matches with D'Lo. One of the few people that actually won, maybe the only person that beat Jeff Jarrett when Jeff Jarrett was the champion. It wasn't a title match, but he did beat him.
And Julio directing Alexis to come over and go! the taste right out of Douglas's mouth.
Oh, nice little kick there by Alexis and another slam.
Yeah, Alexis not afraid to get physically involved here with the franchise, and check this out. Julio's got the steel ring steps.
Well, you've got to give it to Alexis. She's not afraid of anything. Oh, great kick there by De Niro.
Douglas lost his focus. De Niro off those steel ring steps and crashes into Douglas, who had nowhere to go. Back first right into the safety ramp.
Mike, this has been so one-sided from the start.
Shockingly so.
Obviously, Raven has taught Julio and Alexis well.
Yeah, and you can see the fire from Julio and Alexis representing their man Raven here against Shane Douglas. Uh-oh, fireman's carry. Douglas has got him up.
Oh, right on top of the steps.
Planted him across those steel ring steps.
And it just takes something that simple to turn the momentum around.
Alexis trying to cheer on her man. Trying to get Julio back into competition here in this match against the franchise, and Douglas rolls Julio back in. And again, this is a situation where I think we're seeing the Gathering pulling out all the stops in an effort to please their man Raven. To the ropes now, the reversal. Douglas sends Julio in, and Julio ducks contact, but
Great move.
Didn't duck that power slam.
Great move there by Shane Douglas. That was with authority.
Pin attempt by Douglas off the power slam. Julio kicks out at 2.
You know, not only did Father Mitchell with Shane Douglas take out Raven 2 weeks ago, he took out CM Punk last week. He's not here tonight. He's suffering from the fire burns. As Julio taking control, here it is. Beautiful move.
Follows up, catches him with a back elbow, drops down across Douglas. Both men back to their feet. Julio nails him with the right hand. Douglas sent off into the ropes, elevates him, caught him with the back body drop. And again, Julio just maintaining the offense.
Control. It's obvious that Douglas has had his mind set on Raven for so long.
2 count and kick out by Douglas. Barely that time.
He never even was thinking about Julio. Thinking about how good Julio was in the ring. And he's paying for it, Mike, severely.
Very little offense from the franchise Shane Douglas. Super kick by Julio, who has dominated 95% of this match. Alexis up on the ring apron.
Oh, no.
Attempted the inverted atomic drop, and that time he caught him, and that time it could have even possibly been a low blow. And Alexis comes in and plants Douglas.
Oh, she was just waiting for the opportunity, waiting to...
And here's the pin. Here it is. Here's 1. Here's 2.
He's got it.
No, he didn't. Douglas got the shoulder up. They've just thrown everything at Douglas. And the franchise has been awfully resilient. I'll say that, and taken an awful lot of punishment.
Oh, he's taking a beating out here. Oh, flings Julio into Alexis.
Collision there.
Oh, look at that.
Plants him with the belly to belly, and bam! The franchise, Shane Douglas. Look out, Father Jim Mitchell.
No
we
way.
know he has the association here with the franchise Shane Douglas. Douglas pulling that victory out.
Setting him up for the fireball. No.
Not a third straight week. Not a third straight week.
Somebody get out here and stop this.
First he burned Raven. Last week it was CM Punk. And now Father James Mitchell he's lining up Julio.
Alexis going for the save there. Trying to do everything to protect Julio.
And Shane Douglas fighting off Alexis. Look out! Oh, God! Oh, God! Oh, God! The fireball right in the face of Alexis!
Thank God Julio was there to
you can
come out there and stop it!
You can smell her hair burning! Oh, no.
Look at that evil
Look at that
laugh.
sick reaction from both of them! Stand by. Scott Hudson, I believe, is with Jeff Jarrett out in the back. Scott, if you can hear me, what a sick situation this is. Alexis is hurt. Scott, take it away. God.
He's breathing. He's still breathing. He's still breathing. Let's go. Stop the damn thing. Come on. Stop the damn thing. Come on. Get on it. Stay on it. Stay on it.
Trying to get him into the ambulance and they still won't stop.
Attack continues. We see wrestlers spilling out. Look at D'Lo. Did you see D'Lo D'Lo took Russo by the neck.
Oh, Jared, at least the friends have come out the room.
Someone. God. What a chaotic night this has been. What a chaotic situation.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Being accompanied to the ring by Ron Harris, weighing in at 302 pounds, Heavy D, Don Harris.
And the Harris brothers make their way down to the ring. Singles competition this week with Heavy D involved against an individual who certainly embarrassed both of them 1 week ago. And we take a look at the action that went down last Wednesday with the Harris brothers attempting the H-bomb on Shark Boy. Shark Boy able to escape both Harris brothers as well as Mike Sanders. And Shark Boy stayed one step ahead and embarrassed the Harris boys.
And his opponent from 20,000 leagues under the sea, this is Shark Boy.
Well, he prevailed last week against Mike Sanders, but tonight it's a different story, Don.
Well, right now, Andrew Thomas in the ring is telling the Harris brothers it can only be one. One only. Who's it going to be? Big Ron or Heavy D? What a choice you have to make.
Well, JB announced Don Harris, so my presumption is that it's going to be Heavy D.
Well, obviously someone should have told Ron if he's upset.
And that's exactly the situation. Ron Harris still at ringside. Heavy D against Shark Boy. We don't need a tail of the tape to talk about a size discrepancy and size advantage in this match, do we?
I give Shark Boy all the credit in the world for getting out in the ring with these giants.
I would estimate somewhere in the neighborhood of about a 100-pound weight advantage.
Oh, I'd say more than that. I'd say 150.
And
Heavy D's approaching 300 pounds, at least 125 pounds.
And this is about trying to gain some of that respect back from Shark Boy after he embarrassed both Harris brothers and Mike Sanders 1 week ago.
And you know, Mike, they're going to try to do everything they can, not only just physically whip the tar out of him, but pull that mask off of his head.
Yeah, that's if you think about it, it was a couple of weeks ago when Glenn Gilberti first mentioned about taking the mask off of Shark Boy, and ever since then, that's really been their focus. That's what they've been trying to do. They've been concentrating on that. Sanders last week, and Heavy D this week, but I think before he takes off the mask, he wants to inflict some pain and punishment because they were so badly embarrassed a week ago.
Oh, I love the quickness of Shark Boy. What a kick!
That would be one of the advantages. The speed, the quickness, the agility of Shark Boy. Off the drop kicks, he ducks the clothesline.
I'll tell you what, though, one big clothesline from that guy, and it's all over for Shark Boy. It might be all over right here.
Yeah, Shark Boy committed himself, went airborne, caught by Heavy D. Amazingly enough, he shrugs him off, he rolls him up and gets a 2 count. Wow. Shark Boy trying an offensive move, and Heavy D just stopped him with the knee. It's Shark Boy with the clothesline attempts.
Oh, there now. You knew something was going to happen. Did you see Big Ron just pull him out of there like he didn't weigh a penny? Threw him into the rail. Shark Boy, he had to know what he was getting into. Oh, you notice Big Ron tried to act like he was helping him back up?
Yeah, they've got a game plan here, no question. Ron Harris positioning Shark Boy on the ring apron. Heavy D. Oh, God. The power.
It just goes to show you they were thoroughly embarrassed last week by Shark Boy getting out of their grasp.
Power advantage here is just way too much. Don Harris just flinging Shark Boy to the steel safety rail. Now he's come over here by our broadcast position. Got a chair that he's tossed into the ring.
Just flung it in the ring. And again, Big Ron has Shark Boy and throws him back in the ring.
Back to the offensive goes Heavy D. Drives that big right hand into the mask.
What chance does he even have, Mike?
Boy,
honestly, what chance does he have?
Very little, not only in a one-on-one match, but then factor in
Yeah.
Ron Harris at ringside. Corner to corner by Heavy D, following up with the clotheslines in the corner. Oh, snapping back the neck of Shark Boy.
Oh, look at that. That just shows you, though, the guts and the courage of Shark Boy, wanting to impress TNA officials and wanting to impress the fans coming out here. But
here it is.
Sometimes, he's trying to take the mask off.
Well, we knew that was certainly their focus. They were going to concentrate on taking the mask off Shark Boy. And
he's not going to let it happen.
Listen to the chants from the crowd. Let's go, Shark Boy.
By trying to fight back. Oh, look at that.
Just stopped in mid-move.
Whoa, the force of Heavy D right there, just flinging him down.
And Ron Harris with some words of wisdom.
Going for the mask.
I think Ron Harris said, take the mask off. Unmask him.
Are we going to see what Shark Boy looks like?
Well, we thought we would a week ago, but he was able to escape both Sanders and both the Harris brothers.
The crowd trying to cheer Shark Boy on somehow, some way.
And now just toying with him, just having his way. Got him throttled. Looks like he was going to try and take him up for a choke slam. Shark Boy tries to fight back. And does.
Great move there. Driving the head down on the knee.
Yes. Look at that. Dropped him down. Hangman's neck breaker. I thought that was impossible just because of the size difference.
Great little kick there by Shark Boy. He's got to do something. If I was him, I'd get out of that ring. No, look at that. He's going for it.
Instead, he's going to try and follow up this advantage that he has, and it's a momentary advantage. Corner mount, repeated shot.
He's going for it again.
Right back to it.
You gotta love Shark Boy.
And I think Ron Harris is even frustrated now. Ron getting up here on the ring apron.
Andrew Thomas.
Shark Boy.
Oh, he was.
Whoa.
Great job. Ron caught him unawares.
Uh-oh. Heavy D's got him. Gonna take him up.
Whoa.
Choke slam down. And the pin. That's academic.
The winner of the match, Don Harris.
Oh, you know what's going to happen now.
Yeah, this physical mismatch.
No, wait a minute.
It's going to be followed up by the H-bomb. H-bomb, they planted him. And now they're going to get the mask.
There's no way he can fight both of them off.
He's trying to fight him, but there's just no way. You're right.
He's got the mask.
They got the mask off of him.
He's got it.
We're going to take a look and see what...
All right.
He outsmarted him. Shark Boy had a game plan.
Now they see it.
He had a mask underneath the mask.
Oh, he lost the match, but he won the war, Mike.
And he's going to fishtail out of the ring again.
As far as I'm concerned, Shark Boy's victorious.
Shark Boy stays one step ahead of the Harris brothers. All right, let's take a look at BG James, Ron the Truth Killings, and Conan. They call this the TNA Weekday Update.
This is TNA Weekday Updates with 3 live crew. The news with B. Dizzle. With the sports, K. Diddle. And the weather with the suntan Superman.
Trying to tell you about the weather.
Good evening. Welcome to TNA Weekday Update. Our top story tonight. Shut the hell up. You're scratching over there. It's like a typewriter, supposedly. Our top story tonight. President Bush returning from his trip to Africa. He's still debating on whether to send troops into Liberia or not. And apparently, African food does not agree with the president. He was quoted at a press conference today at the White House as saying, and I quote, "I've got the drizzles, my nizzles," end quote.
That's what the president said?
My chisels, my drizzles. It's on your paper, too. Anyway, let's go to sports. Sports with Charles Ashcroft. K. Diddle in the middle. What's going on in the world of sports?
Yo, Sammy Sosa was found with cork in one of his bats. And in related news, Glenn Gilberti was found with a sock in his trunks.
Oh, no.
You knew about that, right?
I saw it.
Yo, the Kobe Bryant alleged sex scandal making headlines this past week. Rumors that the 19-year-old in question is Juventud Guerrera are completely unfounded.
They're unfounded. Juventud is not 19, he's 20 years old. And the man's dating, you know he's
Kid Romeo.
Kid Romeo.
Right.
That's no news.
That's what I heard.
Anyway, Dusty Baker, in a related story somewhat, the Cubs manager was also quoted as saying that white people weren't as adept to playing in the heat as, say, blacks and Latinos were. And Dusty Baker was also, whew, it's hot in here, these lights, was also quoted as saying, I can't breathe. Suntan Superman, help the cracker. Tell him the weather.
Oh, it's tricky sometimes, man. It's kind of nippy in here to me. Anyway, nippy in here. Outside is hot. Outside is hot as hell. So let me tell you this right here. Learned this a long time ago from my daddy. Don't worry about my minimatologist borders in the shop getting fixed. When I get the board fixed, I get it back on there. Old family tradition. It's gonna rain.
It's gonna rain today?
I ain't say it's gonna rain today. Sooner or later it's gonna rain. Everybody know that. Man. Why aren't you wearing a shirt? Why is it Man, they said we didn't have to wear a shirt. I've been doing the weather, man, taking care of the weather stuff. My family, my brothers and nephews and uncles take care of the weather.
I got you. All right, all right.
Traffic conditions with the weather right now. It's like, it's messed up out there because it's fog and smog and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like on the way up here, we couldn't hardly see nothing. It's smog, fog, everywhere around us, thick like fatback. You know what I'm saying? Fog. The fog was inside the car. That was what we meant.
No. On a more serious note, ladies and gentlemen, we sat around earlier in the writers' meeting trying to find something funny to end off this show, and we came across this. at Vengeance, this coming up Sunday, Stephanie McMahon versus Sable. Ladies and gentlemen, it just doesn't get any funnier than that. Thank you for watching Weekday Update.
This has been TNA Weekday Update.
D'Lo Brown in the melee that just went down outside the Asylum. We saw you with Vince Russo in the side headlock pulling him away from Jeff Jarrett. Where is Vince Russo?
Scott, it doesn't matter where Vince Russo is. All that matters is the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. All that matters is tonight I get a fair shot.
Come on! Security! Come on!
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. About to make his way to the ring from Johnson City, Tennessee, being led by the Abyss. This is Kid Cash. Well, that chaotic situation in the back certainly continued as we see D'Lo Brown and AJ Styles go to blows. Those are the two that will be battling later tonight, with Styles putting the NWA World Heavyweight title on the line. Wow.
But Styles' main concern was, what did D'Lo do with Vince Russo? We'll find out more about that, I hope.
And his opponent from Minneapolis, Minnesota, weighing in at 212 pounds, Jerry Lynn.
Now this is going to be something. Jerry Lynn taking on Kid Cash.
But keep your eye on that big scary dude named Abyss.
I understand that Jerry Lynn had challenged Just Incredible to a last man standing match tonight, and Just Incredible said no way, wouldn't do it. So Jerry Lynn, in the wrestling mode, he's out here to take on Cash.
One-on-one matchup, certainly anticipating this bout, but at the same time, I'm also going to keep an eye on Abyss down at ringside, who's had that strange association with Kid Cash over the course of the past month or so.
I'm still not sure, though, that Abyss is wired correctly all the way through, Mike, and you know, I don't know how much loyalty he can really have. I mean, he's obviously been on Cash's side, but how much so, I don't know.
Of course, Goldilocks was in the middle of this situation, but part of that power play by Vince Russo, feeling that, I guess Goldilocks was so condescending during interviews with AJ Styles, that
felt that she didn't respect the champion enough. And, well, when you've got, like you said, when you've got the belt, you've got the stroke. And she's not here.
I mean, it's terrific to have Scott Hudson doing the interviews backstage here on TNA, but at the same time, it just points out the power that Russo has now that Styles has the NWA World title. Terrific clothesline by Jerry Lynn.
And again, just real quickly for those that might have missed it, D'Lo grabbed Vince Russo there when they were pummeling Jeff Jarrett and pulled him out of the picture. AJ came running into that interview to try to find out where Russo was. D'Lo wouldn't tell him.
Russo promising to be in the corner of AJ Styles tonight, and it was D'Lo promising that he would have a quote-unquote equalizer. And that World's Heavyweight title matchup yet to come tonight. In addition, the Hard 10 trophy to be presented to the winner of the Hard 10 tournament. That 1 week ago, Sandman victorious, and he'll get the Hard 10 trophy as well later tonight.
I'll tell you what, this is just a treat here for the fans here today, because Lynn and Cass, two former X-Division champions, two of the best in TNA, two of the, MVP candidates in TNA in the last year.
Yeah, if you really think about it, both Jerry Lynn and Kid Cash have been so dominant in the X Division, and this is an opportunity to prove which is the best of these two competitors. Side headlock to take over by Jerry Lynn, using the trunks that time by Kid Cash to try and get the shoulders of Lynn down, but only a 2 count. Smart move now by Jerry Lynn, maintaining the grip on that side headlock, not allowing Kid Cash to fly. Good move by Lynn.
Oh, great move by Lynn right there.
Yeah, to try and ground Kid Cash. Very similar in size, very similar in style, both of these wrestlers. Love their high-risk moves.
Oh, man.
Off the tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. Lynn hooks the far leg, and Lynn gets a 2 count on Cash, who rolls out to the floor.
Trying to obviously get a breather. He doesn't like the fact that Lynn is taking control of this match. But like you said, these two have so many similarities. We've seen Kid Cash do some phenomenal things from the top of the ropes. We've seen Jerry Lynn
check out
take on the best that there is.
Wow, check out the size of this man. Dominant for the past year.
What is he, 6'8"?
Yeah, 6'8", 307 for the past year. Abyss dominant down in Puerto Rico for the IWA promotion. He won all 3 of the championships.
Great move, though, by Jerry Lynn. Going underneath. Man, does he have to have eyes in the back of his head, Mike?
Yeah, trying to stay 1 step ahead of Abyss, but at the same time, that allows Kid Cash to stop the offensive momentum of Lynn and certainly turn things around.
Oh, great move by Jerry Lynn. He's got him.
Quick roll up and kick out that time by Kid Cash. Oh, the momentary hesitation by Lynn cost him.
Of Abyss.
Look out right here in front of us. Got him up in the
hole.
Got him up in the backbreaker. Oh, God, drops down.
Look at that. I mean, that could have killed Jerry Lynn. You can see the pain on his face.
This man just dominant for the IWA promotion in Puerto Rico, holding all 3 of the championship belts in the past year, defeating people like Scott Hall and Rick Steiner. Wow. And Abyss is making a name for himself and making his mark here in TNA.
Change the momentum in a hurry as Kid Cash takes advantage of it, Mike.
Here's the pin, legs hooked, and another 2 count. Uh-oh, we've seen the claw before. The move that he has coined the hand in the face.
Yeah, pretty simple.
The iron claw applied by Kid Cash to Jerry Lynn. And
Jerry Lynn trying to fight it off, and look at the strength of Lynn.
He bridges up and breaks the claw with elbows to the midsection.
Jerry Lynn, so impressive. Oh, wow. Remember, he swore he'd be a more aggressive Jerry Lynn, and that's what he's been from the day he's... The fact that he would even come out here and take on Cash with Abyss in the corner shows you how aggressive he is, Mike.
And doing quite well is Jerry Lynn before... able to duck the clothesline that time as Cash tried to knock himself back. Drives him down face one. Here's the pin attempt. And another 2 count for Jerry Lynn on Kid Cash. Very, very competitive matchup. And I think really the one thing that gave the advantage back to Kid Cash was the illegal interference by Abyss.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, man! One of his patented moves that Jerry Lynn was waiting for, Mike.
Right, referee down as well. Looked like Jerry Lynn was possibly going to go for a cradle pile driver there. Stopped by Cash with the low blow.
I think maybe Cash's foot clipped the referee right there in the face, it looked like to me.
TKO by Lynn, but referee not in a position to make the count. Abyss climbs into the ring. Big clubbing blow to the back of Lynn.
The referee still trying to get his bearings there. after being hit in the face. Oh, man. Jerry, you're going to have to... Oh, no, look at that. It's like hitting a wall.
Yeah, 0 impact with the clothesline. Going to try it again.
Oh, he even tried to kick back at it. Like
drop kick in the wall. Airborne goes in, and it's the DDT that enables Jerry Lynn to finally take the big man down.
He had to get the momentum there off the ropes and somehow break that barrier. Oh, wait a minute.
Abyss up on the middle rope. Lynn charges in. Snapped off the Hurricane Rana. Took that one out of Keith Cash's playbook.
You can see, I don't think you see Rudy Charles. One eye is almost closed.
Wow. 6'8", 307 of Abyss.
Oh, wait a minute. Cash has got him.
Backslide attempt. Reversal.
Wait,
Justin.
incredible.
Kendo sticking hand. Oh. Just when Lynn was going to go for the cradle pile driver. Oh, no. Rudy Charles pin in.
No.
Over the match. Kid. Just incredible. Proves the difference. Let's take a look at a video package on the ace in the hole. Let's take a look at Sonny Siaki.
From the Isla style, 250 pounds of Samoan power. The name, Sonny Siaki. But you could call me Ace in the hole. The move, Siakulus now. No more cocky Siaki, just Ace in your face.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the history of professional wrestling, there are very few individuals that you can classify as a true hardcore legend. Off the top of my head, I think of The Sheik, I think of Abdullah the Butcher, and I think of Terry Funk. But in the opinion of many people, the man who 1 week ago was victorious winning the Hard 10 tournament has joined that group as a hardcore legend. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Sandman.
Well, when you think of a Hard 10 champion, Sandman is your guy. This guy has been hardcore his entire life. You look it up in the dictionary, it's his picture that you see. The very first ever Hard 10 champion, Sandman.
Sandman, you did it. You not only survived that Hard 10 tournament, you thrived because last week you defeated New Jack, and congratulations, the Hard 10 Cup is yours. How does it feel to be the first ever Hard 10 champion?
I'm hurting.
I can see that. I've got to ask you this. What plans do you have for the Hard 10 Cup? Is this one going to go maybe on the mantle above the fireplace?
Hey, there's only one thing that I think that this cup should be doing, and that's having a beer drank out of it.
And the crowd agrees. How appropriate. And one thing about that cup, it'll hold quite a few beers.
Who else wants some?
Celebration time! Here at the Asylum. Who wants to join the Sandman in the celebration?
Sandman doing his patented share the beer with everybody. Hey, it's his cup. He can do with it what he wants. And the crowd loves it.
Well, we know one thing. That's at least a 40-ounce cup.
I was going to say, it took 3 beers easily. Mike, how come you didn't
We'll do that post-show tonight.
It's a good thing you didn't walk over here then. Before you would have told me that.
Wait a minute. What the hell? Who is this?
What in the world? Who's this big bruiser in the suit in the ring?
Oh, I know this guy. That's Don Callis. That was Cyrus in ECW.
Oh, look at the beating this big guy is putting.
Well, Sandman, it seems like you're still the same pathetic, drunken piece of garbage you were the last time I saw you.
They were both in ECW.
You just don't get it, do you? Well, let me introduce to you the 500-pound animal who just squashed you like a bum in the streets that you are. Ladies and gentlemen, this is 500 pounds of Edward Chastain.
Edward Chastain. That's Mr. Chastain to you and I.
Yeah, man, you just don't get it. Hardcore wrestling in his company, over. Your little run with this pathetic cup, over. And it gives me great pleasure to announce that once and for all, your God-forsaken career is over. Shut up. It's over for you. Go back to the streets where you belong, in the gutter, you stinking degenerate. Whoa, big man, big man, big man. Let's try to act a little bit corporate here. I've got a much, much better use for that garbage can.
Check this out. He's putting rubber gloves on. Doesn't want to soil his hands.
Crowd voicing their opinion of this situation. As Mr. Chastain puts the boots to Sandman.
Wow. You see, hardcore wrestling and this disgusting, filthy cup trophy are just like you, Sandman. Garbage.
Wow. Don Callis and 500-pound Edward Chastain making their mark. Let's take a look at Behind the Paint with Sting Part 2.
Let's start off with favorite opponent.
Ric Flair.
Favorite match specifically?
There's more than one.
If you can narrow it down to one.
Probably Great American Bash 1990.
Dusty Rhodes.
One of the most charismatic, if not the most charismatic wrestler ever.
Eric Bischoff.
I know what I want to say. I'm just trying to think of short terms to put it in. You got to give credit where credit is due. Period. I mean, people rip him up too, but you know what? Bottom line is he's the one that got Nitro going, and in the beginning he was a huge part of its success.
Roddy Piper.
Talented character.
Bret Hart.
Great finishing hold.
The Ultimate Warrior.
Very bizarre.
Vince McMahon.
Best chess player of all time.
Wow, tough to top that for an answer. Hulk Hogan.
Best chess player of all time.
1 and 1A?
There'll never be another Hulk Hogan. The Michael Jordan of wrestling is Hulk Hogan.
Randy Savage.
One of my favorite characters of all time.
What are your thoughts on the impact that the internet has had on professional wrestling in the past couple of years?
You know, it's good and bad. It really is. It just I really stopped paying attention to the internet Even when most everybody was writing, really good things about me, there's always going to be those that just want to rip you up. And, there's so many people, and every now and then somebody will say, hey, did you hear what so-and-so said? And they'll read me this little thing that they got. And it's just like they just rip and tear it to shreds so much of the time. And it's like the people that do that, and some of them that's the only thing they know how to do is just to rip it up. It's like, why do you watch? Why do you watch? You watch it because you love it. So start talking positive about it.
The final edition of Monday Nitro.
Actually, I had some tears in my eyes because the last match, maybe forever, with Ric Flair, and I knew it at the time, and I knew that, maybe this was the end, period.
This is the time allotted for the World Heavyweight Champion AJ Styles, but as you can see, this is not AJ Styles. Trinity, where's the champion?
AJ is not in the talking mood, but I am. Not that you deserve to talk to Trinity.
Well, you've got some questions to answer, especially involving Vince Russo.
No, listen, Scotty, not too hotty. I don't owe you an explanation, and I certainly don't owe the fans any explanation. I come here week after week for months, busting my butt, putting my body on the line. Heck, I do things that men can't even do. To be unappreciated? Well, you know what? I don't need to prove myself to this company and that nobody kid cash, and I certainly don't need to prove myself to the fans anymore. I used to think that I needed the crowd's approval and their cheers, and that was until Vince Russo made me realize it's not all about that. He made me realize what it's really all about, and that's me. I mean, why wouldn't it be? I mean, look at me. Like you have a chance. I mean, I got the body, the brains, and even the muscles if I need them. But you know what? I don't need to get my hands dirty anymore. You see, Vince has much bigger plans for me. And you know what? I'm just about done talking to you nobodies anyway. Wait, hey, D-Lo. You want to play hide and go seek with Vince? You just about messed with the wrong people because you're about to meet up with the well-renowned New York Attitude. And by the way, hi Goldilocks.
Let's go back to the ring.
No, let's go back to the broadcast table, and yet to come tonight, AJ Styles to defend the NWA World Heavyweight title against D'Lo Brown, who's promised the equalizer. Don, 1 week from tonight, Raven will return to TNA, but that's not all.
Justin Credible and Jerry Lynn are going to settle it all next week in a last man standing match. And for all you fans, you love the Shark Boy, him and New Jack are going to team up against the Harris Brothers. And if there's any way, shape, or form that Jeff Jarrett is okay, he will take on the legend, all that and Raven in action next week.
That's next week. It's World Title time tonight on TNA. We're going to go to the tail of the tape as we break down the champion and challenger in this World Heavyweight Championship matchup. And as you look at the numbers, you'll see the obvious size advantage for the challenger, D'Lo Brown, in addition to the experience edge that he has. Teacher versus student because they're former tag team partners. Russo versus the Equalizers, what we've been promised. Will it be the Styles Clash, or will it be the lowdown with a new World Heavyweight Champion? Challenger, D'Lo Brown, a man who certainly deserves this title shot, Don.
Absolutely, Mike Tenay. This guy has been fantastic from the moment he showed up at TNA. The crowd loves him. He's earned it, and in fact, he's earned it for the fact that AJ turned on him weeks ago. D'Lo's got his chance for some revenge.
Yeah, think back to 2 weeks ago, that impromptu cage match between these two with Russo's repeated interference. And here's the champ. It was back on June the 11th that this man, the phenomenal AJ Styles, Styles captured the NWA World Heavyweight title, winning a three-way match over Jeff Jarrett and Raven when Vince Russo's guitar shot led to AJ Styles' clash on Jarrett. What a history between these two over the course of the past couple of months, Don, and it finally comes to a head tonight with the World Heavyweight title at stake.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is sanctioned by the National Wrestling Alliance in cooperation with Total Nonstop Action Entertainment Incorporated. When the bell rings, the man in charge, TNA official, Mr. Andrew Thomas. And now, ladies and gentlemen, from the world-famous TNA Asylum in Music City, USA, it's time for your NWA Heavyweight Championship bout of the evening. Introducing first of all, the challenger. Hailing from Chicago, Illinois, he weighs in at 280 pounds and is the #1 contender for the NWA Heavyweight Championship of the world. This is D'Lo Brown.
And he promised us an equalizer as well.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing from Gainesville, Georgia, he weighs in at 215 pounds and is the current reigning and defending heavyweight champion of the world, AJ Styles.
Wait a minute, D'Lo's grabbing the mic.
Before we get this party started, I'm going to make this short and sweet. For the better part of a year, Vince Russo's been running around here like a rooster in heat. And I told you I was going to have an equalizer in my corner. But you know what? I'm just going to show it to you. Ladies and gentlemen, here's my equalizer.
Who's it going to be?
And wait a minute. Security?
I guess, what's it going to be? Should have been the question.
Yes, there's the equalizer. Russo's chained in the small cage.
Yeah, the weasel cage, appropriately enough.
Oh!
And look at Russo trying to fight to get out of that cage. See, red shirt security bringing the quote-unquote equalizer out to the ramp.
AJ trying to get him out. AJ, you don't have time for that. Oh! You got a heavyweight match.
Yeah, you can't lose your focus at this point in time.
We'll see what kind of a champion AJ is. He's going to have to redirect his thoughts immediately, Mike, and get right into the fact that he doesn't have Russo there to help him.
Well,
that's the equalizer.
That is the equalizer, because it is one-on-one now, and whatever game plan that Styles and Russo may have concocted has backfired on him. Nice trip by Styles, takes D'Lo down, but D'Lo quickly able to avoid the elbow drop.
Keep in mind, these two know each other very well. They were great tag team partners for a lot of weeks, dominated in the tag team division for so long.
To the power game, we pointed out the size advantage that D'Lo Brown has.
You see how AJ countered that, though? Got the arms up to keep that leg from smashing into his face. They know each other like the back of their hand, Mike.
Looks like respect on the face of AJ Styles, as he was sent into the corner by D'Lo Brown. You're right, teacher versus student. One of the most impressive tag teams that we really have seen here in TNA in recent months. That for whatever reason, and probably the fact that Vince Russo was the wedge between them, but I mean, even think back to when they had that #1 contenders match back in early June. That's when we first saw that dark side of AJ Styles.
Well, he had the black heart, Mike, and he wanted to do anything it took to become the heavyweight champion. He said it, he did, and he is.
And now he will do anything within his power to maintain that hold on the championship.
D'Lo Brown, what an incredible move.
Power move by D'Lo as Styles crashes down to the canvas. Measuring him is D'Lo Brown.
Coming out.
Yeah, smart move by Styles. Styles off
into the rail.
Speared him right into the steel.
As AJ was trying to walk away, D'Lo just timed it perfectly. Didn't do an unnecessary dive or anything. He just timed it right into the rail.
And this really has to be driving Vince Russo nuts. The fact that he's so close, right on top of the situation, right on top of the scene. And Russo can do nothing about it, and Styles, who slid underneath.
That's
the speedy rail. Oh! Nowhere to slide there. Impact of the clothesline from D'Lo Brown takes the champ down.
That's the teacher right there teaching the student, Mike. AJ thought he escaped it, but D'Lo Brown didn't stop his pursuit.
When they were a tag team, we saw both of these wrestlers add so many new moves.
Look at the weight.
Just like that. Diving headbutt, slingshot in, and pin attempt for a 2 count. You know, D'Lo also expanded his offense as we see Russo looking on. Stuck in the weasel cage.
Great agility there by AJ Styles. Oh, look at D'Lo Brown.
Here's the pin by D'Lo. Here's 1. Here's 2.
Mike, it's obvious to me that AJ is not the same person right now. With Russo, his mind's on Russo in that cage, and you know, AJ doesn't need to be that way. He's phenomenal. We've seen what he can do. He needs to focus or he's going to lose that championship tonight.
Styles with the drop kick to the knee of D'Lo to try and take him down.
Look at that.
Takes him over with the Hurricane Rana. Styles quickly to his feet. The sweep kick. The spin heel kick takes down D'Lo. Yeah, you're right. But just the fact that D'Lo has that equalizer. Russo in that small cage up on the ramp. I think what we're seeing here is that it's taken AJ Styles, at least to this point in time, completely out of his game. So Styles was going to fly, but put on the brakes. Decided against it.
You can see the cockiness kind of coming back to him. Oh, beautiful move by the champion, AJ. And he landed on his feet.
Did you see that?
That's why he's the champion, ladies and
Boy, if there's any way that we can take another look at that, we have to see this.
Look at this. I was like doing the high jump in the Olympics.
Yeah, shades of the Fosbury Flop, if you can remember the Fosbury Flop.
1974.
Thank you. Wow. Talk about adding new moves to your offensive arsenal. It's just what we saw from the champ.
That was phenomenal.
Fired off into the corner. Styles.
Oh, the power of D'Lo Brown.
What a counter. What a reversal by D'Lo. The double leg with authority drives the champ down, and the challengers looking for a second win. And you can shake that cage all you want, Russo.
I'll tell you right now.
Slugfest between the two.
D'Lo Brown needs to do exactly what he just did. Use his weight to his advantage. Keep slamming AJ to the mat every time you can to knock the wind out of him.
You just talked earlier about how well they know each other. Did you see D'Lo get his hands up to block the kick and then immediately follow up the offensive?
Oh, he's just giving it to him one after another right now.
Pair of running clotheslines by D'Lo. They're down with the Brown. Here's the TNA Asylum.
D'Lo has the extension. AJ hit the ground from about 12 feet in the air, man.
Tremendous elevation first with the back body drop. That time, he did go to the power game. That time, he just tossed AJ down, just overpowered him. Follows up with the leg drop. Here's the pin. Our leg hook. No. Russo looking up, and I think Trinity just walked right by Russo. Can we get a shot of that? Yes, she did. Trinity walked right by Russo on the ramp, immediately comes into the ring.
Oh, beautiful move there by Trinity, and D'Lo's down.
Twisting moonsault. Oh, no, not this way. No is right.
Not gonna happen. Nice outfit, though, by Trinity. As Russo just absolutely frustrated in the cage.
Styles fires off those right hands. D'Lo stops. Uh-oh. Put on the brakes, D'Lo. No contact with referee Thomas. Referee Andrew Thomas nailed with the enziguri kick.
D'Lo took advantage of it.
First the power bomb.
Here it comes.
You know where he's headed next. D'Lo headed to the top.
Here it goes.
Oh, yeah.
Here it is.
Look out. Cross blast. Caught him with the low down.
It's got it. No, the referee is down.
Yeah, Andrew Thomas down and out. What's this? Sonny Siaki?
Oh, wait a minute.
What does he have?
I just hit him with a cane of some sort.
Steel cane. Siaki left by Siaki.
Coming to the aid of Russo.
I guess that answered some of the questions we've had about Siaki's allegiance.
That's right. Well, he said he was looking for... Here it goes.
splash off the top by the champ. 2. The winner of the match, and still NWA Heavyweight Champion of the World, AJ Styles. AJ Styles, yes, he retains the NWA World Heavyweight title. But think of the interference on the part of Trinity, on the part of Sonny Siaki. That was the difference maker, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah, AJ needed the help. As they let
Russo's out of the cage.
They're putting D'Lo in it.
Oh, come on.
Oh, this is turnabout right here.
They unlocked the cage. Russo's out. D'Lo Brown's in the cage.
And if you'll notice, Russo's group is expanding every week as Sonny Siaki joins the fold.
Oh, they're taking out their frustrations. First with the baseball bat. Now they tip the cage over.
Vince Russo is totally out of control. Totally out of control.
Styles retains the NWA title. We're back next Wednesday, and so is Raven on TNA. Legend in the ring. He's got a microphone.
All hail the all-time king of sports entertainment. In this industry, the man who is the straw that stirs the coffee, Vince Russo.
What? Well, obviously with the New York shirt match.
Now let's talk shop. You all know that Vince Russo has had a problem with a certain superstar here. Well, we're going to put an end to that tonight. You see,
This guy's from Toronto. He should be wearing a Blue Jays uniform.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's just Russo
Vince
impersonation.
Russo doesn't suck. We are going to put an end to this rivalry here tonight. We are going to have a man come out here, a man who I consider to be my colleague, a man I consider to be my confidant, and dare I say my best friend. A man who should be at home with his baby tonight, but he's here. Here is the chosen one, Jeff Jarrett.
Well, I'm going to talk about what an impactful debut that man Legend made 1 week ago on this program, saving Vince Russo from the Jeff Jarrett attack. And
Wait a minute here.
This is hilarious.
Vince Russo and his Jeff Jarrett impersonation. Nice outfit. Mike, where can we get one of those?
That's sick. Absolute lack of respect for Jeff Jarrett. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, especially on the heels of what these jerks did last week with the baseball bat attack.
Talk about rubbing salt in the wounds.
All right, listen up, slap nuts. I got all the stroke around here, and the proof is around my waist. Well, not anymore. But Vince Russo, tonight is all about you. It's going to be a double J, J-E-double-F, J-A-double-R-E-double-T, double J Jeff Jarrett, tribute to you. Because you see, before I met you, Vince Russo, I was just the Hendersonville hillbilly. Well, you took me under your wing. Ha ha! You gave me your guidance. Ha ha! And you made me the
Andersonville superstar. I also just want to say that these pants are so tight, I'm about to shit my pants. But Vince Russo, you did everything for me. You made me a star. And tonight, I'm going to return the favor to you. Because I'm going to get involved in this little project. It's called NWA TNA. It's going to be cutting edge, Vince. Me and you, we're going to take it to the top.
Wildcat Harris off guard right here. A very experienced
Hey, well, let me interrupt you, all right? It's not Wildcat, it's a Cowboy. These guys are a couple Cowboys, period.
One other quick point of business, if I can. We apologize for billing Negro Casas and Shocker for tonight. They had agreed to be here, but we regret that they reneged on their agreement. We will continue to have an open door policy here at NWA TNA, however. Back to the action. Back to the World Tag Title match.
Harris has got to get the tag to Storm here, or these two guys with their experience are just going to dominate this and make this a very short match, Mike.
Yeah, let's talk about your AFW right now. Let's talk about the match of the year. Let's talk about the match of the year right now. Hell no. These guys got lucky when they won that cage match. They're overrated, period. End of story.
All right, you made that point earlier. Lend some more expertise then. Off the snap suplex.
Another one.
Yeah, the Simon series is what he calls it. The series of suplexes, maintaining the contact, but only able to get a 2 count on Harris.
Let's talk about Simon Diamond and Johnny Swinger right now under my guidance and how effective they're doing against AMW, the Cowboys.
Can't deny that right now. They are totally taking control of this match and are dominating, and Chris Harris cannot even get over to Storm to make the tag.
Harris ducks the clothesline. Explodes with a clothesline of his own.
Well, to coin Sean Connery's phrase, I'm waiting to be impressed. These guys do not impress me. They are lucky.
Hot tag to the Tennessee Cowboys.
The referee did not see it.
Andrew Thomas didn't see the tag.
Good call by the referee.
What do you mean good call? The tag was obvious in plain sight of everybody
but the referee. But not the referee. The referee has to see it to make the call. There's common sense to me. You're the professor.
Diamond right now and Swinger just giving it to Harris. I've never seen Chris Harris in this position like this, just totally.
There we go. Good strong left-hander. Good jazz. Boom! And a big right hand, and he leveled the Cowboy.
It goes to the pin and gets a 2 count. I know that as part of what you're trying to do to reestablish yourself has to have some kind of a connection to Vince Russo. You trying to get back into Russo's good graces again?
That's none of your business. You try to put the pieces together. The bottom line is if you have belts, you got stroke around here. Okay, I'm trying to get the tag team belts in my camp where they belong and they can be used effectively.
Yeah, we've seen that stroke that goes with the title belt. How about Russo with the power play?
Beautiful move there again by Harris. He's got to make the tag here right now.
Come on, guys, get up.
Trying to get to the corner.
Get up, Diamond.
Got the tag in. Now there's the hot tag.
Oh, Johnny Swinger on the receiving end of those blows by the Cowboy.
Certainly on the receiving end of that big flying forearm. To the ropes goes Simon Diamond. Boom! Elevated with the back body drop.
Just hearing you say the word Cowboy nauseates me.
Well, then I might say it 3 or 4 more
Swinger.
times. Oh, right about the Cowboy right there, skinning the cat.
Oh,
beautiful.
And then follows up with a slingshot cross-body block to the floor.
And here he goes, Hank.
Off the top.
Beautiful.
He hit the crossbody off the top. Got 2.
Kick out. There we go. You're not going to beat him with a crossbody. You're not going to beat him with a crossbody.
What did you tell these guys, Glenn, on how to prepare for America's Most Wanted?
That's none of your business. I'm not going to give away my secrets, you moron. Oh.
Super kick. Got him. Push the leg. Here's 2. Here's... No.
That's 2 and a half.
Just count them enough.
There we go. Come on, Simon. Come on, Swinger.
2-on-1. Storm to the ropes.
Go! Oh, no. By James Storm.
Talk about a counter. Talk about a perfect reversal. Exactly what we saw from James Storm. Tag to Chris Harris. Now the legal man.
Come on, get your second win back, guys.
Harris springs off the rope.
Oh, no.
Left arm lariat. Here's the cover. Referee Thomas is out of
He
position.
should be out of the ring. Get the man out of the ring. Good move. Good move by Simon Diamond.
Harris had Johnny Swinger pinned right there. Andrew Thomas again out of position.
AMW had the win. They were going to retain the tag belts.
All right. All right. It's over. He got him.
There.
Pin attempt. The Swinger Stinger.
He got him. No. Come on.
One thing you can't deny, Mike, is Swinger and Diamond are a very formidable tag team and would make great champions.
Count faster. The referee's making slow counts. Out of position, making slow counts.
Diamond and Swinger going to try and set up a double team move.
Another fireball right into the face of CM Punk and Julian American. The members are gathering from the back. A second week in a row and a second fireball. The chair. Somebody check and see if New Jack's alive. To dash up on top. Oh! Here's powerbomb by Watt. Did you see a biz? No! Boom! Oh, side slams him. 1, 2. No way is he getting up from that.
I have a little something that I like to get off my chest.
That's Tracy and Nurse Veronica.
We are no longer to wrestle men anymore.
Was the ruling 2 weeks ago.
That's right. What?
What's Lollipop doing?
Lollipop?
That's
April Pennington. April Pennington. And they're going to accept the challenge. What in the world's going on? Let them fight is what they're screaming. But Black Shirt Security has come out to separate them. Oh, no. Yeah, but he's all fighting him. He's got just incredible kick-off. And he doesn't care about wins or losses. This is about exacting some revenge. Oh, look at this. Oh, the tombstone pile driver. Head first into the steel cage. Good God. There ain't gonna be no rematch, Jeff.
Let me just tell you one thing. The name of this show is Total Nonstop Action.
Amen. Here we go. Let's see some of that action. Just tore right out of him. He clotheslined him right out of the chair. Wait a minute. Now, who is this? Right out of the crowd. That's Joe Legend with wins over Edge, over Christian, over Rhino, and leading his mark here in his TNA debut. Wait a minute. Who's this? Oh, that's the champion, AJ Styles. Oh, my. Oh. What a smack to the head. Jim holds Jeff down. Styles with the trash can shot to the head. Oh, no.
Oh, man, what's he going to do?
Sets him up for the Styles smash and slams him. And now AJ uses the tape. No way. Russo with the big no. Oh, God. Legend has got the bag. No. Got him. Enough is enough. Stop this. Ain't gonna be no rematch. What an impact this man, Legend, has had here in his TNA debut.
Is he spitting up blood?
He is. Jeff Jarrett is spitting up blood in the ring. Why did they hit him in the stomach, unprotected, with the baseball bat? This is sick beyond sick. No! Daniel Russo! He's going into D'Lo! What is D'Lo's here? There goes Trinity! What did the teacher send the student in? Sky high powerbomb! Kid Russo! Oh no! What the hell are the red shirt security doing out here? 7 days and your run as Cliff is over!
Jeff Jarrett has arrived here at the Asylum. Jeff, let me ask you a couple of questions if I could. Last time we saw you, you were in the ring spitting up blood from the attack by Vince Russo and the Legend. You're here against doctor's orders. They said, don't go near the Asylum, don't go near a ring, but we got to know, what's your medical condition?
Scott, I'm not here to give you any medical conditions or updates. Last week, Legend and Vince Russo, they want to play games with a bat. Well, you know what? It's my game tonight. And you tell them boys, batter up.
the Asylum, where tonight AJ Styles defends the NWA World Heavyweight title against the challenge of D'Lo Brown. Vince Russo, Simon Diamond mounts the top rope. Broken up, however.
Oh, no.
And Harris elevates Swinger to the apron.
And the southpaw levels him and sends him out.
Come on, referee, regain some order.
Action on both sides of the ring in this opening World Tag Team title matchup. Storm mounts the top rope.
Oh, great running down by Storm. He has been so impressive in this match.
Brought him in with the Hurricane Rana. Gets...
No, you're not going to beat him with that.
Only two.
What in Diamond? Get out of there. What intestinal fortitude and bravery by my men. Come on, Swinger. Oh, no.
Kick.
That one was on the button. This one was with authority.
Here it comes.
They've been using the super kick to set up the death sentence. Is that what they're going to do here? What's the deal with Gilberti slamming down his headset? Here it is. Going to hook him up for the death sentence. Gilberti just...
Oh, wait a minute. Referee didn't see it.
He threw Harris all the way out to the floor.
What are you doing, Gilberti?
What the hell are you doing?
I'm just doing my job. That left Storm in there by himself. Oh, no.
Keep an eye on Gilberti. Somebody get a camera on Gilberti.
He's got it. There he goes.
Roll up in the ring.
Storm's got it, but again. Andrew Thomas out of shape. Gilberti just smashed Storm with a chair.
Oh, no.
Oh,
no
man.
way. No way. We're going to have a new tag cam. 1, 2. He won it. He started off. He got the shoulder under 2.
Gilberti can't believe it. How did he get out of that? Diamond and Swinger need to put him away right now. Harris is out of the picture at this time. He's out of the ring.
And they continue the double team. Again, right in front of the referee. Swinger off the rope. Out of his boots, he spears the team. The winners of the match, and still NWA Tag Team Champions of the World, America's Most Wanted.
Talk about intestinal fortitude.
That's the words that Gilberti was using all during the match.
That was again 2 on 3. I think Gilberti forgot that AMW's used to that when they had so many great matches with Triple X.
Wow, talk about putting it together. That's exactly what AMW just did. And they keep the NWA Tag Team titles successful in their second title defense here in TNA.
Not to take anything away from Diamond and Swinger, though, I can see why they've been such a successful tag team for so many years. So talented, and they'll be back in TNA.
And with the interference of this man, Glenn Gilberti, they were on the verge of winning the NWA Tag Team title belts on several occasions. See a verbal confrontation there between Gilberti and AMW. Let's take a look at the video package on Wrestling's Fallen Angel, Christopher Daniels.
You can live your whole life in darkness and not realize it until a light shines upon you. Such was my life as I waited for an opportunity to arise, as I waited for that which you call tradition to show me the way. But I finally saw the light. With a clarity as strong as the rays of the sun, I came to know that sports entertainment was the path to the goals that I had set for myself. And now, my mission is clear to me. I must go forth and lead the unenlightened to the promised land. Lead the unenlightened. And those who do not follow me shall be cut down like weeds from the garden. And that is the gospel, according to the fallen angel.
We're back live. This is so vows that he will be in Styles' corner tonight, while D'Lo has promised that he'll be bringing an equalizer. And we are going to kick off TNA with the World Tag Team Championship matchup. Let's go to the taglines. Gilberti on a mission. We'll explain. No question, America's Most Wanted, wrestling's hottest tag team. Can Swinger and Diamond rely on the experience edge that they have? We'll factor that into the equation as well. Let's get things kicked off, JB.
The opening contest for NWA Total Non-Stop Action is scheduled for one fall and is for the NWA Tag Team Championships of the World. Introducing first of all the challengers, being led by Glenn Gilberti, the team of Simon Diamond and Johnny Swinger.
You know, we've been hearing all afternoon from Glenn Gilberti how he's going to do anything and everything within his power to dismantle AMW, to take the tag title belts away. That's why I mentioned Glenn Gilberti is on a mission. And he joins us at the broadcast position as well for this World Tag Title match.
So much we want to ask you, Mike.
And their opponents, they are the current reigning and defending NWA Tag Team Champions of the World, America's Most Wanted.
You talk about a tag team that are obviously fighting champions, not afraid to put those title belts on the line, not afraid to defend them because they're going to do it again tonight against Simon Diamond and Johnny Swinger, Mr. Gilberti.
Well, who can rat's ass if these guys are fighting champions? I mean, bottom line, this is bad TV. You got a couple of cowboys representing your wrestling organization as champions. That's unacceptable in my book.
Now, a couple of cowboys that a couple of weeks ago were in a match of the year.
Oh, yeah, big deal. The match of
big deal.
But Triple X carried them. Triple X carried these guys.
You were not watching the same match I was.
Hey, bottom line, let me tell you something. These cowboys, these guys are not athletes. They're not championship material. Cowboys do chores. That's what cowboys do. They shovel horse shit and stuff, and they do chores. That's what a cowboy does.
Yeah, one thing we want to point out, AMW did not fall victim to the letdown factor last week. First title defense over Sonny Siaki and David Young. This just 7 days after that incredible steel cage match. The match of the year that we're talking about, the title winner for Triple X.
One thing I want to say, though, Mike, I was talking with Storm and Harris before the match. This is a tag team they have never faced together. So that could be very important to Diamond and Swinger because Harris and Storm, so many times they've done Triple X. They've seen Siaki and Young before like they did last week. They have never seen these two in the same ring with them at the same time.
And one of the things, Mr. Gilberti, in the taglines, we talked about the experience edge that this team you're associated with.
Yeah.
Diamond and Swinger. I mean, America's Most Wanted have only been teaming for a year. Diamond and Swinger, I believe, started in 99 or 2000. And what exactly is your association with this team? You the manager?
Hey, I'm an associate. Now, I'm trying to get the troops in order here, okay? These guys deserve a title shot. They're experienced. They've been underrated. And let me tell you something. America Most Wanted, bottom line, they're an overrated tag team. I don't care what anybody says about them. They're overrated, okay? Simon Diamond and Johnny Swinger are excellent athletes. Under my guidance, I'm going to bring the tag belts back into my camp and get some stroke around here.
One thing we want to mention, we saw Jeff Jarrett at the top of the program, not giving an update to Scott Hudson about his condition. Jarrett's scheduled to be in a match tonight versus Legend. We're waiting word, however, on Jarrett's condition. I know he went to the doctor on Monday, and the doctor advised him not to wrestle.
What did his gynecologist say?
What are you laughing at?
I'm sorry.
After what we saw last week, Don, why are you laughing?
I'm not laughing at that because that was
Don't
brutal.
put that over.
But that
we
was
saw
funny.
him attack with a baseball bat out here.
Hey, it's baseball season, summer's pastime. Jarrett gets what he deserves. AMW's going to get what they deserve here. Johnny Swinger, Simon Diamond. Look at that. There we go.
Absolutely breaking down. Double team tactics 5. The team that, I guess, was put on the map in ECW. Simon Diamond, Johnny Swinger with a double team on the Wildcat. Chris Harris in the corner.
Good job, Swinger. I'm putting him back on the map right now.
They've obviously called